Ever find yourself staring at your bank statement at the end of the month, wondering where all your money went?
Yeah, I think we've all been there.
It's like looking at a long list of lattes and takeout and wondering, did I really need all that?
Guilty as charged.
Now imagine that same feeling, but on a much larger scale.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Like imagine an entire company with its massive cloud bill, realizing they're spending way more than they need to.
Oh, ouch. Yeah, that's a different level of budget pain.
That's where FinOps comes in.
FinOps.
Yeah, FinOps, it's all about making sure companies are getting the absolute most out of their cloud resources. And today, we're taking a deep dive into one of the most crucial parts of FinOps, the operate phase.
The operate phase. So, like, after you've made a plan, this is the make it happen part.
Exactly. It's like the action chapter in our FinOps story.
Right.
Remember, FinOps has three main parts: inform, optimize, and operate.
Right, like a three-act play.
First, you've got inform, where you're figuring out where all your cloud spending is actually going. Like, are you using all those fancy cloud services, or are you just paying for nothing?
Makes sense. Got to track those expenses.
Then comes optimize. Here's where you trim the fat, find ways to use those resources more efficiently, maybe even ditch a few things you don't really need.
Sounds like my approach to my streaming subscriptions.
And then the grand finale, operate. This is where you take all those amazing plans, all those brilliant ideas from the optimize phase, and you make them a reality.
Music to my ears. I love a good action plan. But how do you make sure it's not just a one-time thing? I mean, cloud environments are always changing, right?
That's the key. And it's something our source material really emphasizes. You're absolutely right. It's not a set it and forget it kind of thing. The operate phase is all about building good habits, making FinOps a part of the company culture.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you get everyone on board and make sure it sticks?
Well, for starters, it's all about accountability. And I don't just mean pointing fingers when someone leaves a bunch of unused servers running.
Please tell me it's more collaborative than that. I hate finger pointing.
It's definitely more collaborative than that. Our source material talks about how important it is to get everyone on the same page. Engineering, finance, business units, everyone working together.
Okay, that makes sense. You can't have one team optimizing everything while another team just keeps racking up the bill, right?
Precisely. Everyone needs to understand the goals and how their work impacts those goals.
So it's a team effort, like a basketball team. Everyone has to play their part.
Exactly. You've got your point guard, your power forward, even the coach calling plays from the sidelines. It's about communication, collaboration, and making sure everyone is working towards the same championship, or in this case, optimal cloud spending. But it's not just about getting everyone on board initially. The source keeps mentioning the need to iteratively develop strategies. What does that even mean in this context?
You know, it sounds way more complicated than it actually is. Think about it like trying a new recipe, right? You bake a cake, you taste it. That's the data from the inform phase.
Okay, I'm following you.
Then you adjust the recipe based on what you tasted. Maybe add a little more sugar, a little less flour, maybe even throw in some chocolate chips, because why not?
Because chocolate chips make everything better.
Exactly. And that right there is the optimize phase in action. You're using data to make informed decisions about how to improve the outcome.
And then you bake it again. Right?
Exactly. You bake it again. And that's the operate phase. It's about taking that data, making those tweaks, and constantly refining the process until you've baked the perfect cake.
So in other words, the operate phase is about constantly refining, constantly improving. Just like you wouldn't expect to bake the perfect cake on the first try, you can't expect to perfectly optimize your cloud spending overnight, but you can learn and improve over time.
Exactly. It's a journey, not a destination. And the beautiful thing is, as you go through this cycle of inform, optimize, operate, you start to build a culture of continuous improvement.
Which brings us to a really important point. This isn't just some abstract concept, right? There's a real tangible impact that the operate phase has on a business.
Absolutely. Let me give you an example. I once worked with a company that had fully embraced this whole continuous improvement mindset.
Okay, tell me more.
They started small, maybe just focusing on optimizing one aspect of their cloud usage, like switching to a more cost-effective storage solution.
Okay, so start small, make incremental changes. Got it.
Exactly. But here's the crucial part. They didn't just stop there.
Yeah.
They used the data they gathered to keep iterating, keep refining their approach. They were constantly tweaking and adjusting, always looking for ways to do things better and more efficiently.
And what was the outcome of all this tweaking and refining?
They saw some incredible results. Not only did they streamline their cloud resources, but they also ended up saving a significant amount of money.
Money that they could then reinvest back into the business, right?
Exactly. And that's the beauty of the operate phase. It's not just about cutting costs. It's about optimizing your resources so you can do more with less and ultimately achieve your business goals more effectively.
That is a win-win. So to wrap up, we've learned that the FinOps operate phase is all about action, collaboration, and continuous improvement. It's about getting everyone on the same page and using data to constantly refine your approach to cloud spending, which ultimately benefits the entire business.
It's a game changer for sure.
And, here's something to think about. This whole idea of using data to refine your approach,
No.
to get better over time, it's not just limited to FinOps.
Oh, absolutely not.
Whether you're managing a marketing budget, writing code, or even just trying to live a more efficient life, these principles can make a real difference.
So true.
It's all about embracing that iterative mindset, always looking for ways to improve.
Love it. It's like they say, the only constant is change, right?
Exactly. So why not embrace that change and use it to your advantage?
Couldn't agree more.
Awesome. Thanks for diving into the world of FinOps with me today. It's been great chatting with you.
This was fun. Let's do it again sometime.